Hello there from Belgium. So I crossed two borders this morning on my way to the Japan Classic Sunday in Gemert. But today I drove to Lier. I'm in a industrial compound in Lier. I think I'm near Brussels. And I'm at the Abarth Works Museum. And you know, I still can't find words. It's a absolutely brilliant collection. Well, you will find me struggling in the next few minutes. Many interesting cars. Lots of Abarth cars, of course. Lots of Ladas. Lots of Moskviches. Lots of Lancias. The collection is one of a kind. Follow me inside this fantastic museum, the Abarth collection. At the museum now, I just don't know where to start. It's a lot of Abarth cars, of course, and many other interesting stuff. And well, I show you around. You have to know, lots of these cars are for sale because they're building a new place for the whole museum. So cars with a red tag. These are waiting for offers, basically. So, ready for a quick tour? Okay, follow me. So, there we have old, what is it, Fiat? Is it an 1800? I don't know. I'm already struggling, but what's interesting about this car, it's not built by Fiat, it's built by Steyr in Austria. So it has the Fiat badge with the Steyr logo and the license Fiat, but I will tell you what it is somewhere down below. So, what else? Good old Lancia Auto Bianchi A112 Abarth version. There we have a race car. There it is, 70 HP. Love the wheels. It's a car I really like. Just check out the good old heck blender here with the Abarth logo and the Lancia rear spoiler. By the way, check all the wheels. The cars parts. It's simply, it's amazing. So what else? Lada race cars, and there are quite a few Lada race cars. Right there, so there we have it says Lada 1600, so there might be a bigger engine in it. I think these were usually sold with a 1200, not sure about that, 1300. And well, one of the popular and well-known Fiat 124 license build. So the Lada started life as the Sciguli built-in Togliatti in the good old Soviet Union. Then we have a Fiat 128 Rally with a Abarth logo. Just check the fenders. A Lancia Beta in race trim, and of course a Delta HF Integrale. And right in front of it another Lancia Beta, the 2000. Always loved the look of this whole roof construction. So it's a Targa with a canvas top at the rear. So I think it's a Bertone design as far as I remember. Some more cars, another Lada racing car here with some make it faster lights. So well, I don't know, but I will do some research about that. I don't know where to start. So let's start with this row of Lada Samaras. And the Samara started life with a grille looking like that. It's kind of odd looking. And well, that was many importers thought of the grille. So. Especially in Western Europe, many of them changed that to a more conventional look. So this has Belgium plates, this as well. So, well, East European cars were quite popular in Belgium. I will tell you later some more about that. This is a fancy looking aftermarket grille option, and well, there we have all that again. What more? Is it a 2600? I'm not sure, but these look absolutely stunning. What a fantastic piece of design. Then we have a Alpha Spider, another Lada racing car, 2104, I guess. Beside a Alfa Romeo, also in racing trim, another Lada racing car, and then we have some newer types, and I'm not quite sure. Let's see what it says at the back. So yeah, Lada 112 or 1.5, and this is, yeah, okay, it's a 110. So I remember right. So there were different body styles. This is the liftback 112, and this is the saloon 110, and they had a estate version as well, but it's not here. And by the way, it's open to offers. So if you want a Lada 110, there you go. But please, oh, I just wanted to say that these are not original, but someone put a Lada badge on your regular DIY shop hubcaps. This is what it looks inside. Don't think these are the best looking cars. So not my cup of tea, but just an amazing sight. Some more Lada. So, okay, this is the 2104. This was a updated version of the 124 design, but you still see the Fiat 124 design. It has the basic shape, and this is the 2107. So you see it has a much more prominent grille thing, and so this was, you could say, the upmarket version, and these were produced for many years, and in the end they all had this grille option. This is a export version, so the export versions had some some design specials, trim parts like that. It's on French plates. Oh, that's interesting. So here we have the 2104. Oh, and by the way, I just was wrong because the 2104 was the estate version. So this is a 2105, 2105, 2105, 2107. So this basic straight look is always the 2105 when it's a saloon, and a 2104 when it's an estate. And I grew up in an estate like that. Maybe I already mentioned that. It's more to see. This car, and there we have a rather original Fiat Italian-built version of the 124. They had many different designs for the front end. Let's see what the badge says. And it says, okay, it's the 124 Special T. And while I'm here, there is another license of the good old 124, and that is the Seat version. And I think of all the different 124s or 124 license, the Seat is the best looking. It's the best looking, and probably the version with the most interesting and odd history. So Seat Licencia Fiat. When production in Spain was over, they shipped well, all the things to produce the car to India, and there it had another life as the as a Premier 118 NE, and it had a Nissan engine, but it had all the looks of the Seat version, and as said, it is my personal favorite. Inside it is all the same, so you will find this dashboard in almost all the 1 to 4 versions, and the legend, the Seat Boccanera with the black front end, lovely car, fantastic. A buggy, it says 125p, so I guess this is a Dutton with a Fiat, Polski Fiat 125 engine, maybe. Something I don't know, but it looks fantastic. Again, I have to research another Lada, and as said, it's open to offer, so many cars are for sale. Another Lada race car and another one, and this one is particularly interesting. So this is a Fiat 128 license built by Zastava in former Yugoslavia, and it is interesting because they gave the car a very, very distinctive rear treatment. So they made a proper hatchback out of the Fiat 128. So this is the Zastava 101, and this is a L. So it has a proper hatch, and you know, I grew up in East Germany, and these were the only hot hatches available. And I think it's a very, very fantastic looking car. So of all the 128 Fiat versions, the Zastava is my favorite, and it looks great. So some more Fiat license cars. So this is the Fiat 125P, made by Polski Fiat, as the badge says, but they changed that to FSO, and this is the FSO version, hence the FSO badge. So this was a FSO 125, and this is the Polski Fiat 125. I may be wrong with the exact history. So there we have a sticker saying Polski Fiat already with the FSO logo. I love the color of the good old Polski Fiat race cars, and I think they look great on mini lights. Mini lights make almost every car cooler. So there we have a saloon, and there we have a state version of the 124 as the service car for the rally. That's why it has a large roof rack, which is not fitted to the roof. More interesting stuff, of course, an early Honda Civic. Very, very nice car. Love the wheels. I never noticed this on the Civic. And of course, this is very, very cool. And of course, the Fiat Ritmo. And I love the Fiat Ritmo. It's a fantastic looking thing. 75 CL, and then we have 4 convertible versions. And these are particularly interesting. So, well, as first you can see, this is how they looked in the beginning. So that was a very, very unusual look for a car back in the day. Lots of plastic involved. By the way, Fiat said made by hand by robots. So anyway, so later they changed the look of the car. You can see these are the later types. This is with the Abarth badge right here, and well, let's see again at the badges, because the convertible version was produced by Bertoni, and late in its life they completely switched the badges. So technically the convertible, the later convertible, is not a Fiat, it's a Bertone. And this, by the way, is a Palinuro. It had special colors, special interior, and I will race a Palinuro next weekend at the PS Speicher rally, but it is in a far better condition. Okay, Fiat Ritmo. So there we have, it's a Simca Sport. A Simca Sport, still in the making. Good old Lotus. Also needs quite a lot of work, but there's no tag that it's for sale. So this is a Fiat 125 Italian production model. Fiat Multipla. And you know what? It's a car I absolutely love. And does it have a sunroof? No, it hasn't. But when these are black or dark colored with the red interior and then give it a sunroof, it's the perfect car. Love it. Don't understand all the hate it gets. It's a fantastic looking odd thing. So, Lancia HPE, a proper shooting brake, made in Italy by good old Lancia, Lancia Delta HF Turbo, and a better. These are exceptionally cool, and they're almost all rusted away. Love the double headlight look of this. Let's take a look inside. Fantastic. So some more Lancias. I don't know. Fiat 127. That's a later example. Are these Abarth wheels? I think they are. Another Abarth hint. Naturally, so Fiat 127 with a roof spoiler. I think that's not a 127. I think this is a. This started life as a Seat, and then Fiat sold it as well. Yeah, the 133. It looks pretty much like a bigger 126. Yes, Fiat Costruzione Seat. So there's another one. Okay. Fiat, what is it, 1100, 1300, I guess. Of course, with the Abarth badge. Older Fiat. Sorry, it came all rather spontaneous. And now it gets super interesting. So if you're into Soviet cars and you want to know something about Belgium automotive history, we come to a very interesting car. So a lot, of course, and these are all Moskvich cars. And this is particularly interesting. I think it's a 408, but what's more interesting, it has a Skaldia logo, and believe it or not, Russian cars were sort of manufactured in Belgium under the brand Skaldia. There were Volga versions, there were Moskvich cars. You could order a Moskvich or a Volga with a Rover diesel engine. Only the M21 Volga with a Rover diesel engine, and that is, I think it's totally crazy. And I think it's a great looking car, and it looks especially cool in racing trim. And this Belgian part of its history, it is just super interesting. So I think this is maybe also from Skaldia. At least it has the Skaldia logo here at the side. Then we have the later one. The later one was the 1500. So these are 1500s, also here in a, well, racing version. Then we have another pair of, yeah, as I said, basically I think these are 4.8s, saloon and an estate. Well, there you go, Scaldia. And sold in the Netherlands as Scaldia 427 Combi Bestel. So this was the commercial version of it. I'm quite unsure about the 4.8 thing. I may be right, but I will find out. As always, kill me in the comments down below. By the way, lovely Lancia up here. You know, with these lovely suicide doors here at the back. And by the way, open to offers. So if you want an Appia, why not? Looks great, love the color. Okay. More to see is a Polonaise, and that's interesting because it has two logos. So there we have the late FSO logo, and FSO was taken over by Daewoo from Korea. So quite a long life under the Daewoo roof. Fiat van, good old van. Just look at the gauges. Okay. Another 112 Fiat Panda. I think it's a 4x4 by the look of it. Lada Niva. Lada Niva. Also, this is the racing version. Some more Nivas. This is converted to some sort of convertible, but that's a conversion. I know of some of those conversions. I'm not sure where they were made. And the Niva is one of the Ladas. I think it's still in production and even available with 5 doors now. Some minis, more minis, very rusty minis. Rusty minis, very rusty minis. Another Lada 110. Oh, by the way, and there we have the estate version. So the liftback was 112, that was a 110, and that was the 111. 111. I think Lada tried desperately to sell the late cars on the Western market. Without huge success. An Ish pickup, and this Ish pickup is based on the Moskvich Aleko. And if we're lucky, we will see another one later on. Lada racing cars. A car I absolutely love is the good old Metro. I think this is a MG version. There was another one for sale right there, but I think it's an Austin Metro. I think it is, it says Metro. Anyway, on mini lights, 650 I guess. Then we have a lovely old Fiat estate. Alphonse Royal has a pretty good one for sale in his awesome shop, Fiat Mirafiori. And there we have a, I'm not sure, it's a Seat of course, but is it a 124 estate or maybe a 125? I have to find out, but I don't know how because it's all tightly parked. Mirafiori estate, Lada 1200 or 1300 or something else estate, another Mirafiori estate, and I think this is not a Lada, it's the Fiat 124 estate. So the original meeting the very popular and long-lived license. Volkswagen Beetle. Oh, I don't know where to start up there. Some good old subs. Fiat Cinquecento later car. It's another Boccanera. What a place. And that's not the end of it. And now I'm inside is it the main part? I don't know, it looks lovely because lots of memorabilia. Just check out what's to see here. Of course, this is maybe the Abarth the most of us know of, based on the Fiat 500. Then we have a Fiat 1000 Abarth, the Monomille Scorpione, a 750 Viotti, already seen that at the PS-Speicher. Then we have a Abarth Record Monza, and I think this is looking fantastic. Just have a look at the rear section of it, all the badges here. It's a very, very cool looking car. So I'm far from being an Abarth expert, but it's absolutely fascinating what's collected here. There's a Abarth Alemanno 750 Spider. So Alemanno was one of the many coach builders in Italy. There we have a Abarth OT Scorpione, 1300 Scorpione. I think this is a Lombardi. Very, very cool looking car, especially in this color. Seen this in a very, very green Germany. This looks absolutely stunning. And, well, Abarth was not only into all the Fiats here around. They made some Simca cars, as well as this Simca Abarth 1150. Just see how they made that whole grille with the Abarth logo in here, and looks very, very good. And you know, I love this shape of Simca. There is another Abarth Simca 1300, that yellow one here. Just see how it looks at the back. Very, very cool. Well, and it says Carrozzeria Abarth. So Abarth was, well, of course, one of the many carrozzerias, just as Alemanno right there. Just have a look at what's going on here. Now I'm completely out of words. So I traveled 4 hours this morning to get to this place, and it really delivers. Also, many cars I can't tell you much about. This large Simca, which is, I think, a V8. Okay, follow me around. Expect a proper deal of incompetence. Well, then I would start with this because I'm pretty sure it's a Zagato. Zagato version, because just look at the roofline. There are these two bubbles where it says 750 coupe Zagato, and I would say this is maybe a Zagato. Yeah, it has the Zagato badge, but not the typical bubble roof. So then we have a Bialbero GT 1963. So this is a Auto Bianchi Primula coupe. I knew of the Primula. I like the Primula a lot, but that coupe version really looks the part. Primula coupe, as I said, never seen this before. Old Simca cars. This is on Uruguayan plates. Some more of it. An old Fiat military thing. So it's a old Campagnola from the 1950s. Then we have is it 1100? Now let us talk for a minute about these interesting cars. So this is a Cypher, and the Cypher started life as a Renault design, and I think the design was used by many smaller kit car operations, and this has Lada badges all around, so it's a Lada inside, I guess. That is pretty damn interesting. I wonder if these are even Lada gauges. I'm not sure. So the center console looks like it is straight out of a Lada Samara, and luckily we have Lada Samaras here, and not any Samaras. These are convertible conversions to make the car more popular in Western Europe, and we have two very different approaches to a Lada Samara convertible. So we have this, well, it's half convertible. Is it a Landaulet? You could say it's a Landaulet. It says Tiger right here, but I'm not sure if it's part of it. I've definitely have seen that version offered in Germany, so I will find out what it is. And this looks way better. This was made by, I think, EBI, and this was a full convertible conversion, and they gave the car many updates, making it looking pretty good. Completely reworked front end with double headlights. Well, this has as well, but as a contrast, this is what it looked originally. So these are Samara rally cars, pretty rare by the way. But let us talk about the EBI alloys, which look great, a body kit, and what I think is interesting, it has a leather interior and a completely reworked dashboard, and now by the look of it, I think the center console was actually used in the Cypher. Also, the back looks, well, I think it's pretty well done. So, of course, it has a high line because of the convertible roof. Well, it's interesting how they reworked the dashboard. So, as a contrast, let's have a look. And here, this is what it normally would look like. This has a sportier wheel. Simca V8. This is a massive car. Let's see what it is exactly, because here at the fins, is it a Chambord? Well, I think it is, on many lights, and again, all cars look good on many lights. Yellow headlights, so it's imported from France. Let's have a quick look at this facade, because this facade commit, just have a look at the roof, how it painted with this flower structure. That looks interesting. Inside, very much facade, so it reminds me on what's to see at later Facel Vega cars. Okay, it's maybe a bit chaotic video because I made quite a few walks because it was way too much to see here. Okay. So some Lada Samara rally cars. Just had a chat with the owner, and these are maybe some of the last original surviving Samara rally cars right here. Some more old Simcas, another 2105 race car. This is, well, was it the 112, I guess? The 112 Lada with, well, as you can see, proper rally lights. Some more Lada race cars. And there's a Lancia Beta, all with proper rally history. Well, we just will talk about this Aleco right there. Another legend parked right here. I mean, just look at this very cool looking front, and some more Ladas, Lancia Beta, Lada Niva racing car, Ford Cortina. It's a Lotus Cortina. I guess, let's see if it has the, it hasn't. Is there a Lotus? No, it isn't. It isn't. So, it's a Cortina. Sorry, Cortina GT. Saab Sonet V4. I think these had the V4 Ford engine in it. Another early Sonet and some more Saabs. Very early Saabs, by the way. Wow. Another Fiat Ritmo convertible, and you know, it just don't stops. Wow. Fiat Ritmo Abarth, early Ritmo Abarth, Ritmo rally cars. I'm really can't find words for this collection. So there are Mirafioris, 131s in all the different racing trims. Two-door. I think the estate was the Panorama, by the way. Two-door. Wow. And I think they all have a good bit on history. And it's just me, who don't know anything. And another later Mirafiori with a good deal of Abarth badges. Volumetrico, it says. The 2000 TC. Incredible. It is absolutely incredible. Can you see that? So, okay, let's see what's going on here. So, there we have a Ford Osi. Also Italian Carrozzeria Osi involved in this. Oh, there we have a Volga made by Scaldia, and this was the M21. And you could buy these with, and I think that's funny, with Rover diesel / Perkins engines. And a guy who has collected this for many years, he sits somewhere right there. He was a dealer for Scaldia, among many other things. By the way, super nice jet. I think this is a Campagnola. Again, yes, it is. And then we have a very interesting looking 500. You know, so many cars, I can't tell you what it is. But I said, I will find out, and this looks amazing. Wow. Suicide doors. Another old large Fiat race car. Some more 112s, and there we have the Moskvich Aleco. So this was something like the end for Moskvich. So they gave us the Aleco, and that was largely based on a Simca design. I think the 1308, not sure now, but what I know, at Moskvich there were bought, I think, 2 or 3 Simcas for evaluation. And even though Moskvich had some very, very interesting own designs, they ended up with this car. Interesting here, it's a race car version, and this had a Lada engine and transmission. So this is very, very special, but the quality of it was really terrible. So, and that was the end for Moskvich. Moskvich ended pretty chaotic, pretty interesting as well. Polonaise race cars or flat tires, because of the good old flat tire society. Another one. The FSO badges, because produced by FSO, and I think based on the Fiat 125. So it was a new and modern hatchback, liftback design for the 125. Another Abarth 750 by Zagato with this iconic roofline. Fiat Abarth 1000 and a 126. Wow. And well, of course, the I've never seen so many of them. The Fiat 2300 in the Abarth look. This is one of the by far the best looking Fiats of that era, and they were of a pretty damn good quality, and the look is just fantastic. Okay, some iconic Lancia colors on this Fulvia. Always loved the racing look of the early Lancias with the red color, the matte black bonnet, and the Lancia Italia. Right there. There's a, what is it? A Monte Carlo, I guess. What a Monte Carlo. It's not your regular Monte Carlo. This looks beefed up. The air intake. Just have a look at it. There's a 1-9, also with this very special looking air intake. They all have, wow, they look a bit like submarines, right? Fiat 124, it's not the Fiat, this is the Pininfarina version. The Pininfarina Abarth Spider Europa Volumetrico. This is a 82 and looks pretty amazing. I can't get my eyes off the 2300S because it's such a fantastic looking car with the almost panoramic rear window here. It's not one piece though, but looks fantastic. I think it's one of my favorite of the larger Grand Coupes of the 1960s. Is it a GT? Not so sure about that. Fiat 125 in a racing trim. Isn't that a lovely steering wheel? What a place. Okay, let's go back here the FSOs, the Aleco, and the large Fiat saloons right here. So, well, I can be wrong here. Let's be sure what it is, what it was. So yeah, 2,300, and when I'm right, this is the large saloon, and there that was the coupe to the saloon. But well, Fiat experts, please teach me. And why I'm back here, I found out what this is. These are, well, I do not know exactly, but I think these are Vignale coupes. Can't tell you exactly what they are, but let's check out some of the details. I think this is the Vignale badge, Vignale Samantha maybe. Just look at these holes here at the back of that car. Well, it's Vignale, so I was yes, Fiat 125S Vignale. What a fantastic looking car. The round headlights and that sort of upsweep line there at the front. It's a Dino coupe from the late 60s. Yellow headlights, so this is maybe from France. And just wonder, the single headlight large Fiat. What was that again? There's unfortunately nothing, but just look at the fins. Looks fantastic. I really like Fiat saloons of the 1960s. These are completely underrated. So this was the, I think, Alfa Romeo Zagato. Am I right? Auto Delta. Do we find more clues? Yes, the Junior with the Z Zagato. And now I remember it was the Alfa Romeo Junior, of course, but designed by Zagato. And for me, it is one of the Zagato's finest works. I think it looks the part with the front headlights behind this sort of plexiglass kind of thing. Okay, so now let's have a look at these two interesting coupes, because you know, it is all about Italian carrozzeria. So these are basically Fiat Abarths. So this is a 1600 coupe 2+2, and this was made by Carrozzeria Elena. So this is maybe one of the lesser known carrozzerias. There we have the Carrozzeria Elena badge. And just beside the Elena, there we have another Alemanno. Alemanno was one of the more prominent Italian carrozzerias. This is a 2200 coupe 2+2, and let's check out here the Alemanno badge, and this is one of my favorite details. So there we have the indicator and the Abarth logo. What a car!